There you are. I was getting worried about you. Are you feeling well? You look a bit pale, my dear. Oh my. You seem as though you are shaking. I suppose the air has cooled down quite a bit. Let us get back inside to warm you up again, dear. I apologize for leaving you out here, all alone. I owe you an apology for storming off earlier. I did not mean for it to happen in this way, but Lucia is not one who enjoys waiting. Had I been late, I would have gotten lectured again. And I did not want you to wait even longer out here, all by yourself. I did not get to tell you earlier, but this event is, in reality, an annual birthday celebration. I suppose by now it has become more of a vampire meetup, to talk to old friends and make new connections. Since, for vampires, befriending humans is usually not a good idea, as their lifespans differ so much. And most vampires would not want to pressure a human they like into giving up their mortality. Here, such decisions do not have to be made anymore. But in and of itself, the original purpose of this festivity was to celebrate Lucia's birthday. Therefore, it is expected to pay a visit to the hostess, if you attend. This tradition has been taking place for nearly a whole millennia. The first guests in this castle must have worn elaborately embroidered, beaded and jeweled robes, while the guards must have been in shining suits of armor. A time before even gas lamps were invented, and all light must have come from candles and wooden torches, scattered throughout the rooms. To think that these very walls once contained fantastic kings and queens, elegant lords and ladies, formidable knights and rulers of the lands, and Lucia among them. Even for a vampire as myself, it is near impossible to imagine just how long Lucia has been roaming this earth for. My life has been the tiniest fraction of it. How many human lifetimes it would take to even get close to it. How many generations of people must have risen and fallen in this time. All those wars that have been fought. That is why I wished for you to stay away, my dear. Elder vampires may have better control over their urges, but it is all too easy to lose sight of one's humanity after having been alive for such a long time. A human lifespan turns into that of a pet mouse by comparison. Less, even. Lucia may seem like one of the better behaved guests here, especially with such a charming face, but it has been carefully crafted. A mask shaped by centuries of manipulation and deception. You see, I do not visit this festivity very often, but I wanted to show you what it means to be a vampire, since that is still a part of who I am. Lucia has been my mentor for a whole century, and the only reason I am here now to begin with. Even if that was a time I would rather forget. It shaped me, made the person you see before you now. These very gardens used to be my home, after I was turned. Their beauty has always inspired me, just as yours does now, my dear. Maybe this means it is finally time for me to move on. Here we are again. Take a moment to get your eyes used to the lights. It may not be too bright, but it still is a somewhat sudden change in scenery, my dear. Once you have warmed up a little, how would you feel about dancing? This is a ball, after all, and it would be a great pleasure to get to enjoy such an opportunity with you. Thank you, my dear. You do not know how happy this makes me. Your presence alone is a gift to me. In the entirety of my lifetime, I never expected a person as kind and warm as you to ever cross my path. You bring me more joy and comfort than anything else has ever been able to. If you ever feel as though you are not enough, my dear, simply remember, to me, you are a miracle. You are more than I could ever have hoped for. And if I had to wait another 200 years for the mere possibility of meeting you again, I would. In a heartbeat, I would devote my life to waiting every single day so I could see you again, even for just the briefest of moments. I would wait for a millennia if you asked me to. It would be worth it to hear even a single word from your lovely mouth again. You, my dear, have enchanted me in a way I have never felt before. I cannot say whether it is love quite yet, only how much I wish for it to be. But it is with honesty that I can say, your presence means more to me than merely your blood, my dear. But oh, I am rambling again. Before I met you, I would have considered myself to be rather quiet. But somehow, despite your presence leaving me breathless, I cannot stop myself from talking. I am glad to see you do not seem to mind it. Do you feel ready to dance? You look less pale than before. I hope it is because you feel better, rather than my words leaving you flustered, my dear. May I reach for your hand? Oh my. It is so soft and gentle. You have very nice hands, my dear. I never noticed. Perhaps I was too captivated by the rest of you. Your eyes, especially. I have never seen such a beautiful pair before. The color of them is utterly fascinating. I try not to get lost in them too often, since I would not want you to think I am staring. But they are quite entrancing, relaxing almost, as is the rest of you. I feel quite comfortable with you, my dear. Warm, hopeful even. We have not been this close very often, have we, my dear? To simply be enveloped by your scent like this, I must admit, it is quite nice. Feeling your warm body against mine, each heartbeat of yours against my chest. I find it quite comforting. I hope you enjoy it as well. And your dancing is quite exquisite too. Such graceful steps. It almost feels as though we are simply floating through the ballroom, as though everyone else is merely an illusion. I wish this moment could last forever, my dear. Only you and me, with nothing else to worry about. Would it not just be peaceful? Well, forever would truly be a long time. Perhaps you would get bored after a while, or begin to miss the smell of grass, the taste of baked goods, the feeling of warm rain on your skin. But if you asked me to, I could organize such dances as well. Only the two of us. Or we could invite friends. Even strangers if you preferred. We could also simply stay at home and watch movies. Or dance to the sound of our favorite music in the living room. Whatever you wish, my dear. If you would rather keep living in your own home and simply meet me once a month, I would also not mind. I will treasure any amount of time I get to spend with you, however much or little that may be. I would spare no expense to get you a new apartment, house, or personal villa if you requested. Nothing is off limits for me. Anything you ask for shall be yours. And please do not shy away from making requests. Money is no factor for me. The only thing I truly care about is your utmost happiness. I deeply care for you, my dear. And a person as wonderful as you deserves to be happy. Whatever that happiness may look like for you. Of course, I would prefer if I were a part of this happiness. But even if I am not, I will do what I can for you. Whatever you wish for me to do. Oh. Do you need to sit down for a moment, my dear? Surely you must be feeling dizzy. A hug? What is it you are embracing me for? I did not say anything wrong, did I? Are you certain you feel all right, my dear? I must admit, this does feel quite reassuring. Thank you, my dear. You were always so kind to me. I do not remember the last time a person has held me like this. Would it be okay if we were to stay in this position a little longer?